Here we go. As you're listening to this, Barbara, wherever you are, you know that you have made great progress already. You've seen some really good results, and you would like to continue. And so this recording is for you to use to reinforce the changes that you would like to see in your life, that you would like to live in your life, the different way of being. And so in order to do this, change comes through repetition. We are who we are through force of habit. We tend to do and say and think the same things day after day unless we make a conscious decision to change. And we have to begin by changing how we think and changing how we speak, and that in turn will change how we act. So wherever it is that you're listening to this, that you have put your body into a safe and secure place, either seated or lying down, a place where you will not be interrupted for the next 10 or 15 minutes. And having set your intention to go deeply within, that you begin by just being aware of where you are, the sounds gently playing in the background, the rhythm of breath entering and leaving the body, the rise and fall of chest and belly with every breath in and out, gently slowing down all the systems of the body, letting everything slow down, the breathing, the heart rate, the pulse, all the internal rhythms, the thoughts. That's right. And as you become aware of any unnecessary tension in the body, you can just give yourself the suggestion to let it go, to relax it. And so, after noticing where you are, where your hands are, where your feet are, the rhythm of breath, all the things happening outside, you begin to go inside. And from the inside, you start examining the various areas of your body, looking for any unnecessary tension, starting with the top of the head. Anything in the scalp or the back of the head, back of the neck, the forehead, relaxing and releasing any muscle tension in the eyebrows, the bridge of the nose, the little laugh lines around the corners of the eyes, the cheekbones, the jawbone, where the jaw hinges into the skull, the teeth, the tongue, the lips, the throat, down through the shoulders and the collarbone, simply breathing and relaxing, down through the muscles in the back, the upper back, your shoulder blades, your scapula, where your angel wings would be growing if you could see them, down through the mid-back, your rib cage, each vertebrae in the spine relaxing, releasing, through the lower back, the lumbar area, down through the sacrum, the tailbone, up through the right arm, releasing and relaxing the upper arm, the muscles of the biceps and triceps, the elbow and forearm, your wrist, fingers and knuckles, developing a pleasant heaviness in the body through the left arm and shoulder, upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, hand, fingers, a wonderful sense of light heaviness or heavy lightness. Down through the solar plexus and the abdomen, all the way down, relaxing and releasing through the lower belly, the waist and hips, the buttocks, the pelvis, the perineum, down through the long muscles of the thighs, the knees, calves, left and right, ankles, heel, arch, ball of the foot and the toes. Feeling a very pleasant warmth moving upwards now from the soles of your feet, moving up through the body, warming and relaxing and releasing like a beautiful, delicious, warm blanket, spreading over and covering, protecting, relaxing and releasing. That as you take this time for yourself, so important to take this time to give yourself the gift of finding yourself. That's right, because you have said that you feel like you lost part of yourself, that there was a part that did not receive the love and care that would have nurtured you when you were younger. And the good news is that you can now find that, you can create that for yourself now and in the future. It's never too late. There's always enough time to create that love, to find that love, that you already have the ability to give love. You've shown that. And maybe you will find yourself a puppy, an actual puppy to take care of. I don't know. But what we do know is that you are at the point where you really would like to let go of a person in particular who had been at the center of so much of your life and thoughts for over 11 years, and now it's been 2 more years almost since that has ended, that situation. That's right. And sometimes people can, even in their sleep, can be grasping on. Even as they're deeply relaxing, there's a part of your left hand that may be holding on to that blanket, holding on to that, and they call it a security blanket. Every little child has a little stuffed animal or a blanket that they hold on to, or they suck their thumb, or there's something, some little toy, or some small piece of clothing, or something that they hold on to. And that feeling of it, holding on to it in their hand, gives them great comfort and security. Or that feeling of sticking their thumb in their mouth gives them self-soothing. And as a little child within you, who is 2 or 3, because we all have so many different versions of ourselves living inside of us, Barbara. There is a toddler, there's an infant, there's also a young girl, 6, 7, 8, a preteen, an adolescent, a young woman just beginning to enter into her womanhood, her menstrual cycle, a little bit older, discovering boys, discovering relationships, going on, getting training for work, having children, being in different relationships, all of these different age versions of yourself. are existing simultaneously inside of you. And now there's a nice, wise, older woman who is here, youthful in spirit, but who has the value of the experience and learning from all that time. And you, the you that is here now, can go back and give that younger version of yourself who so needed it and didn't get it a hug, a pat on the head, a kind word. Just as now you feel a hand reach on over and touching you, your hand, you can receive that support that wasn't there. You can give it to yourself. You can hold your own hand, the older you, appearing to the younger you, giving comfort, giving love and support that was so needed there. We can repair things through the timeline. All of you exist simultaneously. By healing the past, you heal the future. By healing the future, you heal the present. All we have is this present moment. To be here now, in this moment, feeling the love that you give yourself, feeling the basic benevolence of the universe, the goodness of being alive, the grace of spirit. That's right. Just like the sun rises and shines. And where the sun shines, there is no room for any shadows. All the shadows disappear. And you have had a big shadow following around that you've been carrying around behind you. That's right. And you know what I'm talking about. And you can feel that shadow shrinking and disappearing as you find hours, days going by where you think of so many things other than that. That thought doesn't even cross your mind. It could be days, and then you realize, wow, I haven't thought of that in a while, because we do have the ability to forget people, to forget things. You've probably forgotten the name of your 4th grade teacher or your second closest friend when you were 6 years old. So many things that we have forgotten. It's wonderful to be able to forget. And you can forget all about him as much as you would like, only choosing to remember the good things. Now, how do we learn? How does a person learn? How do we learn to redirect our attention? What would you like to put your attention on in your life now? The things that bring you joy and pleasure now, following your curiosity. The things you have discovered recently that bring you closer to your spirit, closer to your good heart. And you do have a wonderful heart. So just connecting with that heart energy, really going to that place in the center of your chest where your spiritual heart, not just your physical heart, is beating, and focusing on that and feeling the warmth and comfort there, the ability to love yourself, to fall in love with yourself deeply. Now, what a wonderful journey of joy and discovery that is it not? That's right. And you can continue on that journey, continue discovering day after day week after week, as the months stretch forward throughout the spring and summer. You can't imagine how good your life can get, but you can imagine it. And as you imagine it, it becomes more and more of a reality. Now, I don't know exactly where you are right now. But I do know it's a deeply relaxing place. And what's wonderful is that there's a part of you that can remember these words, what I've said, and there's a part of you that can forget. You may choose consciously to not remember, to forget, but whatever is important is held deep in the unconscious and will affect you in the most wonderful way over the next few days and weeks and months and years ahead, finding yourself acting and changing in new, better patterns of behavior and thought and feeling. That's right. Without even needing consciously to understand how it happened, just appreciating the fact that it is happening. Now, as I count up from 1 to 10, you'll come back fully to normal waking consciousness. 1 of the things you'll be bringing back with you are some new and profound learnings. The ability to put yourself back into this deeply relaxing self-hypnotic state whenever you would like to is one of them. 3, because now each time you practice it, your body is learning better and better exactly what to do and how to do it. 4, whatever purposes of deep relaxation, creativity, problem solving, spiritual growth, healing, whatever you'd like to use it for. 5, and all you're going to need to do is put your body into a safe and secure place, seated or lying down, where you will not be interrupted for 10 or 15 minutes. 6, set your intention. 7, raise your index finger slightly and let it drop. 8, each time you do so, find it's easier and easier. You're able to go deeper and deeper and make more and more effective use of the self-hypnotic time. 9, on the count of 10, all normal feeling, returning to the body, eyes opening, coming back, fully awake to normal waking consciousness, feeling relaxed, replenished, rejuvenated, as if you had slept for 3 hours. 10.